We've had a lot of firsts in our RV journey since we started full-time RVing 6 years ago. But the first time this happened, we had no idea that this was a thing. We had no idea that our CO2 propane detector had an expiration date. And if you didn't pay attention to that expiration date, there would be a series of beeps and flashing codes that will scare you to death, and then you will learn about that. You'll actually get down and look. So anyway, just trying to save you a little bit of anxiety. Here's how we installed ours. This is the second time. The first time we had no clue. The second time it started going off, we knew. I do have an important disclaimer though. This is not a how-to video. If you've ever watched Scary, you know that he does not really pay attention to instructions. So, important disclaimer, this is not a how-to video. Follow installation instructions on your device. Here we're just sharing the importance of knowing that your CO2 propane detector does have an expiration date and that it's really not that hard to replace it. And this is how we did ours.
We have a little project today that should be a pretty easy one, and that is to replace our, right down here, yeah, down there, CO2 propane sensor. This thing. And this is about 70 bucks on Amazon. So these last 5 years from installation date, and about 30 days before the 5 years up, this thing will start beeping, and it'll start beeping, and it'll beep every 3 days for 30 days before the time period runs up at the end of the 5 years. That makes sense?
Well, there's actually a code on there that will tell you what
like
the different ones are.
It's like red, red, green, green.
Yes.
Anyway, it's like red, red, green, green, and a beep, and that means end of life. And you get every 3 days, you'll get that code for 30 days.
You have to get up, and it happens in the middle of the night.
For us, it does.
And you have to get up and first freak out until you know what's going on.
and then find the reset button when your eyes are half shut with sleep. We're going to put this in. Like I said, this will be our second one we put in. Now, all it is this right here. This is what it looks like. It's flush mount. Now it's flush to the wall down there. It's got 2 wires, so it's wired in, 12 volt. I do believe you can buy these that are just battery powered, but ours is wired in. I'm going to go ahead and wire it in again like this one right here is with the 2 wires. And the way I connect my wires to wires is I use shrink wrap. You can use electrical tape, I suppose, or you could use wire nuts. But me, I like to use shrink wrap for these little installations. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to strip these back a little bit more. Give me a little more wire to connect with my wire strippers. Now it's broken.
Real life, folks. Real life.
Really shouldn't be that hard. Goodness gracious. That's one. Now, Sharon just asked me, should we disconnect the batteries? If you can hit your battery disconnect up there, but on our RV, it will not disconnect it because this is a safety feature. So it will not disconnect. At least by the battery disconnect up there. We just have to do this one wire at a time. So there's my wires, and I'll put my shrink wrap on here to get it ready. To go. And if you've never used shrink wrap, all you do is you connect this to the wires, twist them together, bring your shrink wrap up over it, and then put a little heat to it like this, and the shrink wrap will melt and seal it. So that's how you use shrink wrap. You'll see. You can get a heat gun, but we're going to use fire. So we got this ready. So now we're going to go down here to this thing. See what we got to do down there. Because I love things, because everything I have to fix is always on the floor. I never have to fix anything that's above ground. Here. Okay. There we go. And out we come. Now, it looks like last time I did it with electrical tape. So we're going to disconnect these two. Where are these two wires? There's the old one. Now we're going to strip this back.
What if they touch each other?
Well, you don't want them to touch each other. If you do, the fuse will blow. And our fuse for these is located in the back, in the battery control panel. There we go. I'm going to put one on at a time. Just wrap this around this one. That way. Wrap this one around that one. That way. Good solid connection there. Get our shrink wrap up there. Where's my fire? You can get up close, you can watch the shrink wrap shrink. See, that's all in there. It's nice and snug. Snug down the ends. And that's waterproof. And it's connected. See there? All right, now we'll do the other one. Go.
Disclaimer here, we are two full-time RVers. We are not RV techs or electricians. If you decide to replace yours on your own, do so at your own risk. We're just sharing what we do.
There you go. Good solid connection.
Is it working though? Is it green?
Should be.
Light's green. Why is it flashing?
Maybe it means it's working. Okay. Mash the ends down. And there you go. Okay, it's flashing green, which indicates a warm-up cycle for 10 minutes. Now, we're going to say in the instructions it says to disconnect the power before installing it, but like I said before, if you hit the battery disconnect, this will not disconnect from the 12-volt batteries because it's a safety system.
In our
RV is like the refrigerator. And it also says not to hook it up to a switched outlet, but I don't know why you would hook this up to a 120-volt outlet since this is a 12-volt.
Well, not to connect it to a outlet that is controlled by a switch.
Yeah, switched outlet, because you want it on continuously. You don't want to take a chance on turning it off.
Bottom line, follow the instructions.
Yeah. But if you do like I did, if you choose to, as long as you handle one wire at a time and don't touch the two wires, you won't have a problem blowing a fuse. It's when you touch them together.
Okay. You follow the instructions.
That's when you're going to get a little spark, and you may have to like we did, like you have to go out to the, and us is the battery control center out by where our power cord comes in. That's what the fuse is for these.
And it's a very scary place.
That's really all there is to it. I'm going to stick it back in the wall, put that screw in it, one screw. The other screw, I guess Fleetwood, when they cut the hole out, they cut it too big, so the screw goes into air. But that's the RV, that's RV life, right? There you go. Holes line up. Anyway.
Well, that's the second one.
That's the second one. Actually, the first one we had was this color. They didn't have this color, so I bought this color. But this time they had this color, so let's just cram all that back up in there.
You pushed it?
Yeah, by accident. I can't see the hole.
How many of you have a dog that freaks out when the things go beep? Oh wait, there's two of them. Two of them. It's okay, guys.
I could use my electric drill, but
did you hit it again?
I probably did.
Wow. There we go. We are on solid green.
We're working. This one actually did bite into something, so it's in there pretty good.
Yeah.
So this is your, it's got CO2 and LP.
Yes. So we're covered on both of those things. You're supposed to test them once a week. But
yeah, our propane floor heater is here, and our gas stove is above it. So yeah, it's a good place for it.
Yeah. And it's never gone off. We've never had a leak.
In 2018, August 20th, 2018.
Well, it's 5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
I think there must be some type of internal clock in these because
they have to have something, because ours has been going off regularly every so many days. I don't know how many days.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, so.
Yep. And we're like, okay, we got to get somewhere and order this.
Somehow when you hook this up, it starts some type of mechanism in here that starts a countdown. Which I guess is good. That way you don't forget to change them. And it does come with directions.
Which you should read. We're going to chalk this up to things that you don't know when you start RVing, right?
Yeah, you probably might not know that.
We didn't know that. We learned. We're like, oh, dang. Okay.
I mean, we've replaced both our smoke detectors. Both of our smoke detectors were hardwired in. But when I went and changed those out, I actually just put battery ones in.
Yes, made it a lot easier.
Yeah. But that's CO2, so I want that hardwired. I don't worry about a battery going bad on that. So that's why I went ahead. And as you can see, it's not hard to hook them together.
Another
wires.
Rough Road do-it-yourself project.
Yes, right, that's right. Once again, it's called a safety alert. I bought it off Amazon. It's like 70 bucks. And they seem to work well. Highly rated. So this is Gary and Sharon, Rough Road RV Life, with another small do-it-yourself project that this time didn't involve 3 trips to Lowe's and a bumped head, broken knuckles, and a lot of bad words.
That we edit out.
That we edited out.
But if you want to see some of those fun times,
yes,
we'll put a couple of videos here that you can check out.
Yeah.
Rough Road DIY projects.
Worst thing about this was getting my fat butt down there and back up again. So anyway.
Well, Luna says the worst thing about this
is a beep.
Is the beep.
So.
It'll take her a minute to calm down.
Yeah. We're good, Luna. All right, we're going to sign off now. This is Gary and Sharon once again. Take care, people. Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Click like and subscribe. Take care.